Hi, my name's Chris Andrews. A lot of the people obviously on my Facebook page will know who I am just by my face straight away. Those that don't know me, that's who I am, Chris Andrews. Anyhow, my journey started way back in 2007 when I had what was diagnosed prostatitis. And between 2007 and 2018, they were just treating everything on my journey as prostatitis. I knew something wasn't quite right because I was passing blood, clots, urinary retention, all sorts of dramas and things like that going on. But you rely on your doctors, and your doctors are telling you that it's prostatitis, and you tend to believe that. Then, lo and behold, you start doing a bit of research for yourself, and in that research you find, I should maybe get a PSA test. So I asked for a PSA test, simple blood test. They said, no, it's not necessary, it's only prostatitis. So I thought, okay, that's all cool. But I still want a PSA test. They did one, it came back at 64. They did the one the next month, that came back a bit higher, 67 I think it was. And then the next one. Over those three tests, they still said to me, prostatitis can give you high readings. I decided to accept that was what it was. They did another digital rectal. He said, yeah, that's an enlarged prostate definitely, but it doesn't feel cancerous at all. It is enlarged. But just to keep you happy, quote unquote, to keep you happy, we'll do a MRI. So they did an MRI. The radiologist came back on his report saying it was cancer. And the doctor, hand on heart, said, no, we still think it is prostatitis because it can look like cancer. So, okay. They said, well, keep everything happy. What we'll do is, because we've got the MRI, we'll do what's called a targeted biopsy of those areas. And they said, because it's targeted, you don't need to do the 12 shots, which I thought, thank God for that. So they did the biopsies. They did 6 shots or 7 shots, I think it was. And then shots as in they put a needle through your backside and take basically a sample, drill a little bit out of your prostate core. They sort of analysed that, and what you're about to hear is just a quick excerpt on what the doctor told us, and you're going to hear his voice. It's what it was, and this is exactly how he told us after us sort of being concerned for like almost a year with bits and pieces. This is how he told us. So I hopefully enjoy my series. I'm not a Peter Jackson, and at the end of the day, I tend to make it a little bit comical. I tend to make it a bit, I don't know, put a bit of life into it, for want of a better word. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully you like, share, give us a tick up, give me a thumbs down, tell me I'm a wanker. No, not that I can wank no more in here, but tell me, I haven't done a great job, or tell me I have done a great job. All I'm doing is making people aware.
We've got the histology back, and unfortunately, it's not inflammation.
Yeah.
It's a lot of aggressive prostate cancer.
Yeah.
You heard that? Have you heard about the histology results already?
No.
That was the slide.
So, we put prostate cancer into aggressiveness categories and give them a score. The lowest score and the least aggressiveness pattern is a 6, and the highest is a 10, and you score a 9. Okay, so it is very aggressive.
Yeah.
The pathologist also saw that there is perineural invasion, which means that the prostate has nerves that travel along the capsule, and then the nerves have to get into the prostate, and they go through the capsule. Yeah, and the prostate cancer can grow along those nerve sheaths towards the outside. Yeah, so we saw that those nerve sheaths are involved, that basically corresponds to the MRI finding, which already reported that there's probable extracapsular extension, and you also have a lot of enlarged lymph nodes in your pelvis. So it is relatively likely that the prostate cancer is not confined within the prostate anymore, that it has at least spread into the lymph nodes. Yeah. There are still, there are treatment options, but we have to arrange some more staging studies to get an idea how far the disease has spread, whether it's just the lymph nodes, whether there are
I te atua taharawa kia tuku whakamoe miti atu ngā tu mora kawati. No papers or select committee reports have been presented, no bills have been introduced, but a petition has been delivered to the clerk for presentation.
Petition of Chris Andrews requesting that the House urge the Ministry of Health to require blood screening for prostate-specific antigen where any male over 40 is undergoing any other blood diagnostics.
Now that petition stands referred to a select committee allocated by the clerk. The House comes to oral questions. The first question is in the name of the Honourable Paula Bennett.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey, g'day guys. Hey, just a quick update. I'm after some real serious advice here. I've been coming out of hospital since 2007, and what I really can't figure out is these bloody gowns. Every time they give them to you, can you figure out how to hide your ass? Because I'm really struggling with these things. I always struggle with these things. Can't they make them frickin' Velcro? I just looking for advice. Anything to do would help.
Okay, good morning from hospital. It's quite a complicated system we have nowadays. So I'm really struggling to get my head around it a little bit. So basically I'm just lying in a bed here in a medical ward. So what they're doing today is, this is the blood here from my kidney. This is from a drain on my spine, this one. And this one here is from my bladder. What we've got to be careful of, because only renology can work on this one, only spinalology can work on this one, and only urology can work on this one here. And when I have the cancer, which is throughout the body, only oncology can work on that. So the main concern today is to make sure that the blood from this one here doesn't come through this one here, because that would cause a problem. It would cause a big problem. Then that blood would travel through and get into the bladder. And then the problem would be is who owns it? Urology, spinology, or kidneys, or renal unit, or the cancer. So this is giving an idea of what my picture is like. That only the renal guys can work on this one, this bag, which is pumped into the side of my stomach here. Only the spinal guys can work on this one here, which is pumped in the back of my spine. And only the urology guys can work on this one that's here. And then only the oncology guys can work on the cancer that's throughout the rest of the body. So yeah, I can understand when these doctors come in nowadays, when they look at their blood there and they say, oh, that blood's come from this one via that one. So it's actually renal that's caused the problem for there. So we'll get renal to come down and take care of that problem. But hope you enjoy your day, because I'm bloody confused. Have a good night. Okay, going to follow the blue line to get out now. I've done the MRI, quite a few experiences. Go under here, keep going under. Up through there, over there, around there, up through there. God, a couple of doctors here to help you when you get out of the blue line.